It's been like 5 million years since I last did a video blog, so I thought I would just, you know, get on that. What is that sound? Microphone's plugged in. Not anymore. Couple of things. So we have Parrish coming out sometime. When is it? September 28th? That says? Yeah, I've got this handy board up here. It tells me all the things that I need to do. Parrish is coming out September 28th, and then the last book in the June series will be coming out December 19th. There you go. Trusty board, right? So December 19th, last June book comes out. Anyways, that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is because I've been playing a lot of video games, which is not that abnormal for me. I kind of never really intended for Pwned to be more than one book. It was always just supposed to be like, oh, look at all this fun nerdy stuff, isn't it great? But yeah, about that. I'm definitely gonna have to write a second one now because I've just been having way too much fun gaming and it brings back all these memories of why I wrote this book in the first place. Also, I will be at Comic Con this year, speaking on some panels. I don't know which ones yet, but stay tuned, I will keep you posted. And promoting Pwned, because what better audience to promote to than a bunch of people at Comic-Con? These are my people, they understand me. And also promoting PvP, which will probably have a cover long before it comes out. Sorry if that's not normal, but that's how it's gonna go. So be ready. I'm gonna have bookmarks for PvP and Pwned, and I'll be making a fool out of myself on panels, either as Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy or Kim Possible. I can't decide yet, but I will soon. So come and see me at Comic-Con. But because of all that and thinking about video games and starting to write PvP, which is the sequel to Pwned, I wanted to share my top 5 favorite video games quickly, because I know 10-minute videos are not fun to watch unless it's ASMR. ASMR. Anyways, top 5 favorite video games in no particular order, because everybody should be aware of the awesomeness of these games. So, first, we have Legend of Zelda, specifically Ocarina of Time, because this one is my favorite. It is so good, and I rented Majora's Mask from Blockbuster, and then the stupid clock reset, like, after I'd done all this stuff, and I was mad and angry, and I had to return the game, and so that one just makes me mad. But this one is so good, and there's just so much awesomeness in it, and you have to learn all of these songs on your little ocarina thing, but it's fantastic. And I love all Zelda games, but this one in particular is the best, in my opinion. So, there you go. Next, we have Myst 3 Exile. Now, I like all of the Myst games, and Riven and Uru and all of that, but this one is the best one because it's the only one I've ever actually managed to beat. But it's kind of not my fault because those games are impossible, but after I beat this one, I felt like a genius. The scenery in this one is kind of amazing, and it's just this beautiful, lush everything, and they have all these puzzles, and a lot of this stuff that happens in here, it's really glossy, hopefully you can see that, inspired a lot of what happens in the second Under Zenith book. It's not like an RPG or anything, it's just a puzzle strategy game, and you don't fight or anything, you just solve puzzles the whole time, and it's so hard, but you feel like a genius after you finished it. Next, we have The Sims. I think we can all probably agree that The Sims are pretty amazing. Who doesn't like to sit around and watch other people live their lives? Am I right? That's what Facebook is for.
I like to be able to make little avatars of my characters because I'm weird like that. But it's kind of fun. It's like being able to see them live out these stories that I wrote. It's probably the closest thing I'm ever going to get to a movie made out of my book, so let me have this one, guys. Alright, next on the list we have Everquest. I'm sure I'll get a lot of flack for this one because this is probably the most infuriating game of all time. But it was my first MMO, and your first MMO is special. I thought it was the most gorgeous, beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. It had graphics, something akin to Minecraft, but unintentionally. But it was so much fun, and it had the best music, and it was so pretty, and unfortunately, even though it's called EverQuest, there wasn't a whole lot of questing that went on. You kind of just ran around aimlessly killing things and dyeing your armor, and see? Look at all that. Right there? Norath, that's the world. I was in the unification of Norath. Class of 2000, I don't know, I was in like junior high. For the win. Okay, last but not least, Guild Wars 2. I should probably mention that WoW is an honorable mention, because I love WoW, and it was my ultimate MMO for a really long time. I guess he can kind of represent Guild Wars 2, because I do have an elementalist named I Am Groot. It's kind of like Everquest in WoW, except that it's so much prettier because it has the best scenery. Depending on what zone that you're in, you'll be that level, so you always get the max amount of experience from doing quests. You can't really ask for anything better than that. Plus they have vistas and points of interest and armor dyes. They don't call it Fashion Wars 2 for nothing, am I right? Ouch, I'm sorry. But my guild is the best, and a bunch of them are gonna show up in PvP. PvP the book, not PvP the actual thing. Well, probably in PvP the actual thing, they do like to PvP. A lot of my guild members will be in the book, which is kind of fun, and I'm probably gonna get sued, except that I got written consent, so don't try to sue me. I've got my level 80 hunter Jefferson Gilneas. Jefferson for Jefferson Parrish and Gilneas for WoW, because I love WoW. It has a special place in my heart. And I've got my necromancer Ryan Rift. She's pretty scary looking. Kind of a bad A. She's kind of standoffish and awesome, but that's kind of what a necromancer should be. And then I've got my elementalist, I Am Groot. Specialization in fire. What else? Will be earth, actually, now that I think about it. So I know I said I was going to do top 5 favorite games, but then I realized I can't contain my love of video games to only 5, and so as our number 1, Portal. I don't really know what I can tell you about Portal, other than that it is the best game I have ever played in my life. There is a reason why I have been something from Portal the last 2, maybe 3 Halloweens in a row. I was GLaDOS, and then I was a companion cube, and best game ever award. Plus, let's just be honest, Eris in Sugar-Coated is basically GLaDOS. Portal. So, those are my top 5 favorite video games. Top 6, I guess, because Portal had to make its way in here. I'll be at Comic-Con, come and see me. Ask me about Pwned, ask me about PvP, because it will be coming out one of these days. Probably gonna have a cover within the next week or so before this book is finished, but I don't care, because that's how we do things in the video game world. I'll see you guys at Comic-Con.